So after raising $34 million, BeatBread closes seven-figure artist financing deal with singer-songwriter Ellie Duhay. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but BeatBread is essentially, they're doing the same thing that a lot of other firms have been doing. I want to break this down, though. So they are giving away advances to artists in a way that they don't necessarily have to sign a record label deal. They're doing it in a different way that we've been talking about, but it's still the same general concept. So instead of artists signing a record label deal where they're locked in for life, you can now get outside capital because before it used to be that investors didn't really like the music industry because it's obviously, very tough to make it in, and to give investment to that, it might be hard to see your capital come back. But now a lot of people have shifted their mind where obviously BeatBread raised $34 million. So what they're doing is going to people with a lot of money and giving them the idea of, hey, the streaming royalties obviously have room to grow. We're just at the beginning of music streaming, even though it's been like 8 years. We're really at the beginning of music streaming. There's still a lot of room for growth. There's maybe 500, I think it's like 500 million people that have a streaming service. So not counting YouTube, but a paid streaming service, there's still a lot of room for that to grow. And streaming royalties are only going to go up with Web3. Whenever people can set their own royalties, which we've talked about in previous videos, whenever you can set the price that people should pay to stream your music, it is going to grow exponentially. It's only a matter of time until that comes out. And really, once the major players start to adapt that technology, then everybody else just follows. So Spotify right now is really just a middleman. They have their technology is not unique right now. They just got early market share. So whenever they don't innovate, which I've talked about before, and it gives room for another person in Web3 to innovate and give artists that technology that whenever you're uploading your songs to your music distributor, you just pick however much you want people to pay for that stream. So it might be like 1 cent, which is still a whole lot more than you're getting right now. And we've already done the math on previous videos too. Most people would be saving money, even by paying 1 cent per song, they would save money. So whenever they pay their $10 a month to Spotify, it's more power in your hands when you decide who's going to get that money. You're directly supporting the independent artist now instead of paying like 99 cents for a song, because that's not going to happen again. People have gotten too used to streaming. It's just going to go back. It's to artists having more control over the price of it versus Spotify and the other distributors telling you how much you're going to get paid per stream. And it'll be decentralized and it'll be great. But until that does happen, all these people are funneling money into this system. This is headline after headline after headline. There's billions of dollars poured into this at this point of people buying up music catalogs. Why? Because the investors know where this is going. The everyday audience certainly doesn't know where it's going. We've been saying this for months. If you've been watching this channel and taken any action, maybe you have a little bit of a grasp, but most people don't invest money. Like, they just put their money into a 401k, and that's kind of it. They let somebody else do their investing for them. So they put their money into savings, retirement savings type of account. They have their guy pick all the investments. Maybe they get 10% a year, and that's kind of it for them. But for the people who do the investing themselves more so, like, you buy real estate, you invest in alternative assets, crypto, stock market. Like, when you do it yourself, you become far more knowledgeable. And obviously we're not financial advisors, so we're not giving financial advice, but you become more knowledgeable because you're actively doing it. So with BeatBread, they're giving away advances. It ranges from like $1,000 to maybe $2 million. But they're buying the catalogs for a time period. So they are getting a share of the existing catalog revenue, with options also available for unreleased music. Now, why is this a better deal for artists to do? Because you have more control. You can say that you can have terms on your deal, which record labels do have terms on the deal, but it's more like a third party now. This isn't a direct record label. Like, they're not telling you what to do every step of the way. Like, yes, you have a say because you obviously gave somebody your money, but it's more of a hands-off approach. So how can artists replicate this model where they don't need Beat Bread at all? If you really want to go decentralized, then you can do this yourself by creating NFTs or tokens, and you can sell people your song royalties through them. So if that sounds too confusing for you, obviously you can go to martinmc.com/apply and you can have us launch these for you. But for a heads up, just to be frank with you guys, this is a lull period right now in this market. So this is when, like, remember back in November 2021, whenever Bitcoin was going crazy, stock market's going crazy, that's when everybody like pays attention to it. But right now is actually when you should be paying attention to stuff like this. Big players with a lot of money like to mess with markets, and they're very good at messing with markets. They like to drive the price of streaming royalties. They like to drive the price of stocks. They like to drive the price of crypto. They like to drive the price of real estate. And they have enough money to do it because they're playing off of everybody else's emotions. Whenever price, is volatile, it dips up and down, people are human. Humans have emotion, and most people don't buy during a dip. A market dip, stock market dip, real estate market dip. One, because a lot of people don't just have capital or money laying on the sidelines. But two, because they get scared. And whenever you don't have extra money on the sidelines, you have to be more wise with it than when you have a lot of money. Like, when you have a lot of money, you can just mess with the market. Like, you can just sell off a bunch at a bad price. You can buy up stuff at the bottom because you already sold it off. Like, if you cause something to crash, then you're willing to take more of a risk than other people would. So what you can take from this is mind your emotions. Like, look through all the noise. Whatever you see on the headlines of news, just throw it out the window. That's what we read off these headlines, and we tell you guys what's actually going on. There's so much sensationalism in today's news. Like, if you sincerely believe the stuff that's on the news, I have some snake oil to sell you, because I don't actually. But you cannot be blown with every wave of the wind, every doctrine that's coming out, everything everybody's telling you. Like, you just cannot take it for face value. Otherwise, you're just a pawn at this point. If you have not learned that over the past few years, I don't know what else to tell you. But as for like where this is going with the music side of things, ignore the noise. Pay attention to what this technology can actually do, all the Web3 stuff, why people are buying up the catalogs, the different type of deals that they're offering to people whenever they buy up the catalogs. This is a little bit of a different one than maybe some of like the Hypnosis song catalog buyouts. Like, look at how they're structuring them. How can you be creative whenever you structure these type of deals? And who do you need to go to be able to sell these royalties? That's what we're actually marketing for it now as well. Whenever you try to sell your song royalties to people who kind of don't get it, you have a much harder time than just going to a small group of people who do get it. So trying to market this product to every single person, even some of your fans, like your fans who like your music and should be buying it, or like playlisters who should be buying this because it makes the most sense for them. They just might not be the right target audience because they just don't understand it yet. So finding the people who understand capital markets, understand finance, you may have to start to get outside of your comfort zone and find those people to buy some of your strong royalties. If you're looking for advances, like more and more people are doing, there's headline after headline, you have to find where those people hang out versus just your regular music fan. So hope this video was helpful, guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so you get updates on every new video from us. Leave us a comment with what you think, how you think you can use this. If you have any questions, and we will hop in there to help you guys out. And I'll catch you in the next video.